Okay, good evening, race fans, and welcome. We are here again on another episode of Riding Shotgun Conversations. Tonight, we have a very special episode of the Titos of Motorsports. Okay, so tonight we have the 1997 Toyota Balintawak Racing Team reunion. Yeah, talk about the Titos. So we've got some of my very good friends here tonight. The Vios Cup race director and champion of the 2001 Super Saloon Series in Subic, Mr. Ferdie. Woohoo!
Hey,
Ferdie, there you go. How you doing?
hey.
All right. Okay, and we have another special guest tonight. He is a architect based in the U.S. and is the second runner-up of the Corolla Cup 1997. He was also the team manager of the Toyota Balintawak Racing Team, Mr. Cael Gaite. Cael, come on down. There you go.
Good morning, everybody.
How you doing, you guys?
Good.
Good to see you.
Yep.
I have missed you since the early 90s. It's been a while.
It's been a long while, JP. I think last time we were all together was a couple of years ago at the Vios Cup. So
That's
good
right.
to see everybody. It's good to have you guys back on. You know, we were once upon a time a teammates at the Balintawak. That was a fun time.
That is a fun time. And what we want to do tonight is we want to talk about those fun times. We want to talk about those crazy times. And we want to talk about the best and worst of motorsports that you guys can remember. So let's get started with Ferdie Ong. Ferdie, tell us about your career highlights for those that don't know you.
Yeah. Well, I started my racing. I think that was around early 90s. I met, which is my classmate in college, which is Rick Diliaco. Guy introduced me to join the slalom, actually. So I did a couple of years in slalom, and then I won the driver of the year.
Wait a minute. I think we've got some photos of that. Let's try to put that on. Let's try to put that on, Ferds. There we go.
Okay, yeah, that's my Starlet, which is used in the slalom, and I captured the novice driver of the year. I think I did a couple of years only in slalom that at that time. Then following year I moved up to I think yes, because I did 94, 95, and basically in 96 BRC was gonna open. Then that's the time I went to Kilton to check out the Corolla Cup. Then I think I'm the one who got the first Corolla Cup in Kilton, because when
you bought the first car.
Yeah. Kasi when I went there, I was talking with Johnny, and then he was introduced me to the Japanese guys, which is the Tom's racing team, and then they were building the cars.
Okay.
So right there and there, I said, "Oh, I want one." So I did get my first. They built the Corolla Cup car.
So
Then-
one pala sa'yo, Ferdie. One of
Yep.
one. I mean, one of,
Yes.
let's say, no, sorry, one of 20.
Yes,
20,
yes,
20, was it 20 cars?
I think it was 20 cars.
yeah.
That's right. But wait a minute. Before we go there, so Ferdie Ong, everybody knows who you are. You're super famous because you're basically the race director for the Vios Cup, right?
Yeah.
And you started off in this Starlet.
Yeah.
And it basically has a sponsor or a logo that says Super Lube, and then it has splashes on it.
Yep.
Was that like intentional, or was that like just naisip mo lang na parang Super
Design.
Lube and then you got all these?
Yeah. Actually, the Super
You've
Lube
got
is
splatters on it. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
you know.
Yep, I know that. I just made it up, the color, the stripings, but yeah, I have a couple of sponsors then, because I was starting then, no? So not so much, but one of my sponsors is, to begin with, in my racing career, is I'm with Rota already from the day one.
Okay.
They sponsor me from the day one up to my last races in here in the Philippines.
Okay,
So-
cool. So let's move on. What do we have next? We've got a bunch of photos. So
Yeah, after that, I moved to like I said, no, I moved to after my slalom days, and then I moved to the Corolla Cup. Then that I think we did 2 years, no, Cael, no, with the Corolla
We,
Cup. Is it?
yeah, that's right.
We did 2 years in Corolla Cup. Then after that, everything went stop because of the devaluation and everything. Remember at that
But
year?
remember, Ferdie, after the Corolla Cup series, we moved on to Subic, and we did 1 year. In they had
Yeah,
formed
we did.
the
Yeah, the production class. Yeah, I know.
production class
Right.
where
Yes,
we
exactly.
practically dominated that series. We entered really late, but when we did
Yeah, because
enter,
we joined. Yes, we joined in the middle of the season, right?
we joined in
Remember?
the middle of the season. That's right, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
won most of the
what
races
car were you
again.
guys driving? What cars were you guys driving then?
The same
Corollas.
Corolla Cup.
Okay.
So we joined the production series in Subic,
That's right.
and the thing is, we were very competitive, me and Cael. So what happened is, then the next year we're supposed to join the whole season. Then that's the time the devaluation and everything
Right,
come in. Then everything has to stop, right?
right. That was
So
the crash of the tiger economy.
yeah, the crisis. Yeah. Then after a couple of years, then that's the time the Ramirez revived the motorsport in Subic again.
So
So
so you've got a photo here, and you're on the podium. So on your right is that Cookie Ramirez,
yes, that's the yeah. Uh-huh.
and then on your left is Mike Potenciano. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's the one I won the championship on the 2001, the Super Southern Series. Yeah.
But you were
Nice.
racing something else at this point, weren't you, Ferdy? I think you were driving Honda. Were you driving a Honda?
Yeah, I'm racing with Honda because a couple of years when I entered Subic in '99, I was driving with the Levin,
Yeah, the AE
which is
92.
sponsored by.
Yeah,
Yeah, yes. And
yeah.
with your help, I was able to get some sponsor from Tom's. Remember?
That's right.
Uh,
That's right.
yeah, and in '99 I captured the product C class champion. Then the next year I captured the Class B champion. So when I move up to the Class A division, it will be a conflict with the Toms. That's why I have to move out because they have the A drivers, which is apparently with the Tom is with Jody, right? Their driver is Jody, and
Joe
I
Marie
think it's Joe Marie. Yeah.
and Nilo Paskugin.
Let's take a look at what's the next photo here. So is this the car that you were driving with?
Yeah,
That's the one.
yep. In the Class C and Class B, yeah.
Nice. And this car was an imported car, right? This is not local.
No, it was imported from Japan.
You know, I have
As a race car.
no.
No.
That's why. Let me intercede here. This car has a very funny story, and I don't know. I don't remember if you remember it, Ferdy, but you
Yeah.
and I went to get this car in Subic. It wasn't a race car. It was a road car.
Yes, and we converted it to right
We
to a
converted it.
left-hand right.
And I'm not going to go into details how we got that car because it's really sketchy. But we went in there with one car and came out with two. That was fun.
Uh,
I think I understand that, and most of the viewers probably won't.
Yeah. And so this car is what Ferdy campaigned when we were driving for Tom. Because after the 98 season doing the production class in Subic, we then moved on to race for Toms. I was driving the Levine, and Ferdy had this car. I was able to get sponsorship for Ferdie, which is why he started. That's why he has all the Tom's colors on this car, because this car was a privateer car. But
Yeah.
thanks to Tom's, they extended support to him, and that's how you see the car now.
Because you were actually working with Tom's, right, at a time, Cael?
I did. I worked for Tom's for a year, and I also raced for them for a year, and that was right before I moved to the US.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's move on.
But I remember that about that time we were like PA ni Isobe.
That's
Remember?
right. That's right. On and off the
Man,
track.
I don't know if we can talk about those stories online right now.
Yeah,
Those might be X-rated stories. So
yeah,
let's
parental.
move on. Let's stick to the motorsports. Okay, so here we are. This is your Toyota Balintawak racing team car.
Yes, that is my the Corolla Cup car.
Very cool. What year was this, Ferds?
Well, that was '96. This is the first. Like I said, no, this is the first car I got from Kilton. So the next thing I went to Costco and sabi ko, hey Costco, could you help me out? I need sponsorship from Balintawak.
Was it Costco or was it Tito Ray, his dad?
So it was Costco. Tito Ray knew me, but not so well because we see each other in Wakwak. But it is Costco na mas madalas ko kausap because almost every weekend, I would say, before we see each other in the driving range. No, so I'm close to Costco. Like
Oh, your
we were
golf
talking,
buddies.
like,
Oh.
yeah, not really. I mean, to go, not like Costco. But Costco is good. He's a he's a June golfer in Wakwak. No, junior golfer.
Okay, what else do we have? Let's move on. Ano pang photos ang meron? Okay, so
Yeah,
this is supposed to be later in the career, right? Because you're now
Yeah.
driving a Honda.
Yeah, this is like I said, no, this is the when I move up to A division, so I have to move out because I know I'm magiging contradicting na to the Tom's driver. So that's why I asked Takeda to help me out. Then he said, why? Okay. Then he also told me na because it's a challenge for him because in Subic before it was what's the name of the mechanic of Ramirez, the Japanese guy?
Mieda.
Oh, Mieda. Yeah.
There you go.
I think it was Mieda was saying that because Mieda was saying that the Tom's car it's a like team's works team car, so it's hard to compete with the works car. So basically, Mieda like tell Takeda if you want, let's go head to head, same car. Takeda was okay. It's a challenge for him also. That's why he said, yeah, well, it's okay for us to go with the Honda. And I asked permission from Isobe-san. Then Isobe-san said, yeah, it's okay if you want to borrow Takeda. So here we are. We are able to capture the championship with the help also with Takeda.
You were working with Takeda and Mick.
Yes, Mick sponsored me. And at the same time, Takeda also he built the engine, practically the whole car. It was built by Takeda. Yeah.
This was basically the height of your career, right?
Yep.
When you won the championship.
Yeah, because it's a hard-earned championship because as I remember, every weekend, our point system is so close because not all the time that I get first because I had a teammate which is name is Benedict De La Cruz, and the first few legs he had a problem with the car, and then basically almost every weekend it's a close fight up to the last leg. Whoever wins the last leg win the championship. It's that close.
So did they bully you in the championship?
I think it's the other way around. I think it was the other way around.
No, I would say I would give my hats off naman to the Ramirez. No, I mean, basically okay naman sila. No, they're clean. Of course, there's some rubbing and nudging, but not like not like what happened to us in Corolla Cup in BRC. No.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. All right, great. Okay, do we have any more photos for Ferdie? Okay, so Ferds, we'll end with this, and then we're gonna go to Cael.
Okay, this is fun. This is real fun because this remember this our first year in Formula V1, and then we joined the Enduro. So I think we were like 4 or 5 drivers.
Yep.
Okay.
Including, was that including one of the Ramirez's? Was it Louis, one of our drivers that weekend?
Yes, exactly. Yes. It's full of Lolo's driver, but it turned out we won the overall. The is it 8 hours, right?
8 hours. That's right.
Yeah, 8 hours. Yes.
That was
won
2018. That was 2018.
That's right. That's
yes,
right.
yes, exactly. And then the next year they don't want us to include the the race after that, right?
That's right. That's right. Okay. Cool. All right. So we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about the career highlights of Mr. Cael Gaite. Cael, come on, tell us about your career. And we've got a whole bunch of photos here. So let's look at this.
Well, my racing career started pretty late. It was about 1982. I started karting, my first time to go karting. And that was by accident, really. My brother brought me to a kart race, jumped in the kart, and the times were immediately competitive. That was JRC. That's the first picture you see on the left. I did about 12 years of karting. I won the national champion and karter of the year in I'd like to say 85, 86. Time eludes me now, but I finished that. And the one on the right was a 4-hour enduro, of which I raced 3 hours straight. It was crazy, but it was fun. Karting has always been our roots, as well as you, JP. We started from that grassroots racing.
Yeah, I still remember JRC. I remember meeting you there. That's crazy.
That's right. And a little trivia, I designed Carmona Cartway.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's nuts.
That was, when Johnny and I had met at JRC, we hit it off as teammates, and friendship grew. And he was really into karting, and he says, Cael, I really want to, because JRC was going to close. We all knew that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right, and he said, I have this land in Carmona. I want to build a racetrack. Can you help me? And I said, absolutely. So I did that with the help of Norio Suzuki, which was Johnny's.
Norio.
You remember Norio? He was Johnny's. He worked for Yamaha. Funny, because his last name is Suzuki, but works for Yamaha. And he helped design the racetrack. He gave us the basic fundamentals of what an FIA certified track was like. And from then on, we did that. I also I'm one of the founding members of the Philippine International Karting Association, or PICA, with Johnny, Hernan, Mike, Willie Ortiz, and a few others. So, my love for karting really goes way back. And then from then on, I moved on to saloon racing.
Okay, so we've got some photos of you moving on. Let's take a look at what we've got.
Yeah, so this is these two pictures of the 1997 Corolla Cup Series. Well, the story began with your dad when we had done the Nissan one make. I had been teammates with your dad, and he was telling me then that, hey, Toyota is going to enter motorsports in a big way. And during those times, manufacturers would enter as sponsors of a team or an event. But Toyota was going to enter it big time. They wanted a Corolla Cup Series. They wanted the Toyota event. They had the Formula Toyota. Unfortunately, at that time, your father had passed away. This was, I think, 95, and we were set
95,
to do
that's right.
That's right. And we were set to do the races in 96. So then president of Balintawak, he was, it's sort of like in the corner, how do we do this? So he asked me if I could manage the team for 96, because I was supposed to race actually in 96 along with Ferdie. But he asked me not to race that season and help organize the team. And then I could get the car for 97. So I did that, and we raced in 96. And that's where I met everybody. So I met Ferdie, We had gone back a long way, JP, because I had also managed your karting team at one point with your dad. So 97 came along. I had the full ride, and it was a tough year. It was, because it was basically Toyota Balintawak versus Toyota Alabang. And Toyota Alabang had these, they had seasoned drivers in karting. They had Roland Hermoso, Ricky Diliaco, Jaime Pedrosa, Mike C. So, it was in Corolla Cup, it was really, Ferdie came from slalom. He was a champion slalom driver. We came from karting, but these were front-wheel drive cars. I had experience from the Nissan Cup, so I knew how the cars handled, what you needed to do to drive them fast. Ferdie, on the other hand, came from slalom, rear-wheel drive, completely different school. So when I entered the season, I told Frexy then, we need to, the guys from Alabang, these are seasoned drivers, and we need to get our drivers up to speed to compete with them, because it's going to be tough. Ang dami nila sobra. So we did a test section, and I rode along with, our drivers were Ferdie Ong, Mon Dison, and Tito Bantog. Now, these are all basically customer cars. And, Mondi came from rallying. Ramon Dison. He came from rallying. He was a navigator, so he had good credentials. Tito Bantog, no experience whatsoever. He came from the US. He just wanted to go racing. At that time, he was like 60 years old or something. And so we had this, mishmash of drivers. We're in trouble. So my task then was, I have to get the drivers up to speed. And during these test sessions, it became very evident to me that Ferdie was fast. Ferdie, for a lot of you viewers, Ferdie is nothing but balls. He will drive the wheels off a car and has no fear. And I had told Frexy that, if I think Ferdie will excel if we give him full sponsorship, because he owned the car already, but he was paying his way. And I said, this guy will excel if we give him full sponsorship. And, Frexy agreed. He said, okay, whatever Ferdie needs, we'll sponsor him. And so the test sessions went on, and during practice, Ferdie would kick my ass every single time. Fastest lap, ang bilis. But during the race, it would all fall apart. I think because, we come from the school of karting, we're used to dicing, close contact. Ferdie coming from slalom, very different school, you're alone, you're trying to set the fastest time, which he was really good at. So during races, medyo hirap si Ferdie. But, in the end, he really stepped up to the plate on the last race. And, we'll discuss that later. That was a very exciting time, the last race of the 1997 Corolla Cup season. And then from then on, we moved on to Subic.
Yep. Not only exciting, a bit wild, right? So
it was very wild. Oh, and this is the Corolla. This is the Tom's Toyota. I did one race. I think Joe Marie was out, because Joe Marie was a regular driver for Tom's Toyota. And they had me come in to do one race. And I think I finished second in that race. This was at BRC. Basically the same car. The only difference was this car had a full exhaust. Full racing exhaust, whereas the Corolla Cup had almost a straight cut pipe, no limited slip, and these cars had slicks, and of course the Tom's body kit. So
I think this is the one, Cael, that your partner is Natavud.
No, this one was Betavud had moved up, because Natavud and I think it was Jody. They had done the 95 production class. So this was already 97, and I was teammated with Jody Cosateng was already racing this car.
Yeah, even remember, Mark Godard was drive for Tom's, remember?
he,
Mark
but I think he
Godard.
drove. I think he drove the Formula. Didn't he drive the Formula Toyota?
Yeah, he did the Formula Toyota. That's
He
right.
did that's
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's move on. What happened after this race?
That I raced for Tom's the following year with Georges Ramirez X A111, and Ferdie had been using the AE92, both two-door Corollas, and we were both sponsored by Tom's. So after that season, I then migrated to the US, and this was in 2000. And I've been here since. I come back regularly and now compete with the Miata Cup Series. This red car you see is the late Rene Macua's lightweight NA Miata. It's an all carbon fiber. I joined this in the race, and the car just completely dominated. The series. Stock 1600, but because the car was so light, it was so fast.
Yep,
And I could, and I, yeah,
Rene built a great car. I remember this car.
it was very quick, nitrous, but it had only short shots of nitrous on it. But the car was, it's beautiful to drive. And then I did, I continued to do some racing for the Miata Cup because I own a Miata, and I met a bunch of good friends with the Miata Club Philippines, and I even got to try Antonio Bria's MX-5, which is a global cup car. And
How was that?
That car is just amazing to drive. It's stock, but it's
Do we have a photo of that? I think we've got some photos more. Yeah.
yeah.
There you
this
go.
car. There you go. Yeah. So this is.
So that's an actual cup car.
This is an actual cup car built by Long Road Racing, and in the U.S. and it's the only one in Manila. And this is called what they call the Global Cup car, raced all out throughout the world. And Antonio has one, and I got to drive this car, and this thing is just a blast to drive. It's very quick, very light, stock motor, but yeah, it just handles so good. And after this, I did my last race was in 2018, and this is the Cusco Miata, sponsored by Cusco and Carshack. This is one race where this was a shakedown. So I actually didn't race competitively. We were shaking down the car. The very, very last race I did was the 8-hour endurance race where you guys joined, where Ferdie joined. You had the Formula V1. And I raced with Kart Porn Racing with Joey Almeida, Antonio, and Mark Sung. He owned the car. And we were 4 drivers. I was the last driver in the series, in the group. But unfortunately, on the last hour of Joey's stint, right before I was supposed to drive, he crashed heavily and the race was over. So that was unfortunate, but that was fun. I enjoyed that race.
Okay. All right. So that is basically the highlights of your career. Guys, what I want to do is I want to move on, and we want to get into the juicy cuento. We want to make this quick and juicy. Number one, guys, best race ever. Ferdie, what was your best race ever?
Well, my best race will be again in Subic, which is I won the 2001 champion. Yeah, I think that's I can say that's one of my best.
What made it your best race?
It was a very close fight almost every weekend, and to the extent that the last race, whoever wins the race weekend will capture the championship. That's why it's so close, and I can't forget the whole season because it's hard, and it's pure sweat.
And who were you battling with?
The Ramirez and sila Mike Pot.
Was Jody not in that series? Was that a different? Was that a different year?
Jody, no. Jody, they sometimes join our series, but they come on and off because they have their own series. At that time, they had the PTCC, and we were running the Super Salon. Yeah,
Okay.
There's some weekends that they join our races in some weekends. Yeah.
Balita ko,
Okay.
Demolition Derby daw yun eh.
Yeah, I can't forget the first race in Subic. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cael, best race ever.
Well, for me, I'd say that the 1997 Corolla Cup season, that was it was a really tough season. It was an intense battle between both dealerships, and they were just throwing money at the series. No expenses spared, and it really boiled down to the last race with Ferdie. I had to win. I had to win the last race, and Pedrosa could not finish higher than fifth for me to bag the championship. So, Ferdie and I formalized a tactic, and Ferdie qualified, I think, third on the grid for that race. Incredible. Ricky Dillaco was second, and, the whole gang of Alabang behind us. And, it became a very chaotic race. And, Ferdie, you remember this all too well when he collided with Angelo Barreto, and Angelo went off the track and flipped. And everybody was saying, ban Ferdie, get him off the track, because Ferdie, it was like, again, like a demolition derby. Everybody was just attacking each other to keep Pedrosa behind me. But it was all falling apart quickly. And in the end, I finished the race first. Ricky Dillaco was second, and Jaime finished third. So I lost the championship by 1 point. But most exciting race, yeah.
All right. Guys, worst accident ever. Ferdie, you want to go first?
Yeah. Worst is the same thing happened to me in Subic. Same 2001 when I'm gunning for the championship. I think it was middle of the season, and then we were going from Coastal. We were going to the hairpin high speed, and then suddenly there's a car behind me, and there's a car beside me at that time. I think it was the Ramirez car. Then because there's a small kink, diba? So what happened is our car touched, and one thing I know, I was flying in the air. My car flipped totally. I went over the other side of the truck in going back. So,
Wow. Over the wall.
Wow.
Yep, really. That's it. But the funny thing there is, it's a good thing I have my lovable manager. You know what he did? He goes to the Ramirez garage and get me another chassis and transfer all the engine and everything so we can join the second race. It was Mick
Wow.
Mick. Yeah, it was Mick Mick.
Wow.
Yeah, Mick Mick goes to the garage there and then said, "Oh, ito, magkano yan? Binibenta ba yan? Bilhin ko. Pare, tinulak nila sa garahe namin. Pare, they quickly take out the engine, the stock engine, and put my engine in it and rebuild everything to join the second race.
Wow. And you ended up winning that championship.
Yep. Like I said,
Wow.
it's a big help of my sponsors, Barry. Yeah.
And that car was a total loss. Total wrecking auto na yan.
Yep, wrecking. Kasi bumaloktot na yung chassis nun eh.
Tumaob ba?
Yeah, taob. And then,
wow.
Yeah, it was funny, after the incident, then, Francis Godinez, di ba? He comes over to me and say, "Wow, Ferdie, I was surprised because biglang may kotse raw sa taas raw ng ere. When he looked up raw, nakita na yung buong ilalim raw ng kotse ko. He can see all the suspension and the exhaust raw." It's a good thing, buti hindi nga siya tinamaan, no? Pero, yeah, that car's total, pare.
Wow. Okay. Cael, worst accident ever.
I don't think I've ever had a worse accident. I've had a lot of bumps in karting. Fortunately, I've never flipped, but big collisions. And I think that really sort of seasoned me not to collide, especially when you start going saloon racing. It's expensive to repair a car. So I never really got to any major accidents. So thank God for that.
All right, guys. last, what is the craziest thing that you have ever experienced, done in a race ever? Ferdie.
Well, the craziest is remember, Cael, we were in a Corolla Cup. Then I was I think I qualified third or fourth. Then it's a wet race, and then it's about to go. Then somebody was talking to me, and then gave me something. Then I was left by the group when the green light goes.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah.
And then I said, "Oh man, yari ako kay Prexy." You know what I did? Pare, trabaho. Umabot ako kay Cael, umabot ako second place. Di ba? So
That's right.
it was
He
a good
finished
race for
second.
me.
This was the first rain race that we had in BRC.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy, man. You know,
so somebody was talking to you, and because somebody was talking to you at the start of the race, you were last.
Yeah. Basically, I was left by the
group.
Man.
The race had started, and we had taken off.
Yeah, because they were shouting something. So I said, "What? What?" And then bigla, all I know is everybody was going beside me. You know, I was left alone on the grid. That's funny stuff, man.
Nice. So when the new drivers basically say, you know, when you make pagalit the new drivers because you tell them not to do this or not to do that, it's because you've done it all, and you really have done it all.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like what they said, been there, done that.
I don't think there's anybody more bad boy than Ferdie was in racing. And I don't think a lot of people know this, especially the younger guys racing today in the VS Cup. You know, they don't know. They probably hear Ferdie, you know, ranting and everything and getting pissed off, but they really don't know what he's been through in racing. So trust me, guys, see Ferdie, you think you're bad, you don't know Ferdie.
Ferdie is the bad boy of racing. Right?
Yeah.
If there's somebody that's going to be called to the steward's office, it's always Ferdie.
No, and Mick.
Mick is always already waiting at the steward's office. The race hasn't begun yet. He's already waiting there. He said it last time. All right, Cael, craziest thing you've ever seen or done or been in a race?
Well, you know, the last race of the 1997 Cup season, as I mentioned, that was just memorable to me. You know, we really, you know, stepped up to the plate to finish. Another one was the last race of the Super Saloon Series in Subic, where Paolo had to win, you know, for Toyota. And we had agreed that, you know, we were going to help him, Ferdie and I. And so we formalized a strategy at the start of the race. You know, we're going to try to keep Carlos Anton back. And it just went to shit. I mean, it failed completely. I spun out. Ferdie went off the track, and they just took off. And Ferdie and I were like, "Oh shit, you know, yare." And you know, we drove our hearts out for that race, and you know, we finished ahead of them, but it was just too little, too late. But that was a crazy season, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the Titos of motorsport that have done everything, right? What is one thing that you would advise all these new, young, up-and-coming racers in their racing career? Cael, let's start with you.
You know, I'm a disciple of karting. I cut my teeth in racing in karting, and I can't stress enough the importance of starting there, because nothing beats the cut and thrust of karting. You know, you learn to race close quarters with somebody, you learn track management, you learn how to save your equipment. So really, karting is the best format for me. And if you want to get into racing, it's inexpensive, it's fast, and it will get you up to speed quickly.
All right, Ferdie.
Yeah, I would agree what Cael just said. And if you really want to improve your driving, more or less, I would like to say is go to a school, a racing school like TRS. You know, we can help you out regarding to enhance your performance driving, to be safe, and to be quick. That's
All
it.
right. That's it. So I want to thank you guys for being on our show. It's been a long time. It's great to see you guys. It's great to see you because, oh my God, I've just been at home. And I'm so happy to make cuento with you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys at the track when the track finally opens. And I hope you guys take care in the US and in Quezon City. So this has been JP Tuason from Riding Shotgun Conversations. Cael, you want to say goodbye?
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Be safe out there. These are tough times, so wear a mask and just take care of yourselves and be healthy.
Okay, Ferd, do you want to say anything?
Yeah. Again, just stay safe. Just follow the protocols, and then we'll see each other soon.
All right, that's it. My name is JP Tuason, and as Ferdie Ong would say, well, bakshit kayo lahat. See you. Okay, so thank you so much, and we hope that we see you guys this December. If you haven't already liked our Facebook page, please like our page on Facebook. It's Tuason Racing, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest happenings. So this has been JP Tuason, and see you guys next week on a new episode of Riding Shotgun Conversations. See you. Bye.